Okay, are we live again here? Well, that was incredibly weird. All of us, and I don't know why. That is very weird. Hopefully everything's up and running again. Yeah, that seems to be working up there. If you hear a little echo, that's me checking my monitor stream on the other side here. Okay, yeah, YouTube is doing something exceedingly odd here. Huh, okay, well, let's just hope that it all holds together here. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That really is kind of annoying. Okay, completely and totally derailed my train of thought, and so much so I forgot what the hell words train of thought actually were. Yeah, sorry about that. Don't know what is going on here. Is it working? I think it is. Please be working. Yeah, okay. There we go. All right, the analytics have come back in. And I think we're back to functionality. Yeah, okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to run back, unlock our particle enrichment, get the last of our nuclear stuff, run back here. Let's get the nuclear pasta set up and running. Like I say, that's going to be it should be more than enough footprint there. And we can then, yeah, okay. And then hit the right button. Oh, pardon me. Had a bit of a cough there. Also going to make sure I paste in the global illumination fix here. Again, you can find that link in the video description, just so I'm getting the maximum out of my global illumination. All right, let's take our handy dandy little elevator here. I love the elevators. The elevators are so much fun. Well, they're not fun. They're just... It's just one of those things.
AI has its ups and downs.
And I just like the fact that I get to kind of ride up and down and look at what's going on in the old factories here. All right, so let's head down the street and get to our transport system. That is one thing that once we get into tier 5 that I'm kind of, curious to look into is the teleportation. I think they're gates, doors, whatever they are. Again, I have no idea what's coming after we finish off this phase, which I'm hoping to pull the lever today. That's our goal. The only real thing we need to do is to just get a whole bunch of copper made. The copper powder, which is literally 2 manufacturers. But it's pretty much a pure nodes, unsped up, but a pure node's worth of copper, which is a good thing that we've got the massive copper fields off in that direction. So we're going to have to tap into that. Well, we are going to have to look a little bit at kind of the trains, and I'm thinking what I'm doing, instead of transporting the raw ore from there, I'm going to set up the ingots and just send them back to the city, Dell, via their own train, or give them to the same copper train, but just add a boxcar. I just have to go double check to see what I'm doing with the trains from so far. Okay, so we're going to head over here, and we're going to start loading this stuff up. Now, if we have a look at our dimensional depot, down on the end here, you can see I've got my turbo motors going. Got the supercomputers. We got radio control units up doing. I've got all of my cooling units. Apparently, I might be uploading purple slugs. So no, okay. I should have grabbed some pressure frames. Oops. Well, it's a good thing I love running up and down the line here. All right, so let's just get what we can into the system here. And we do have some of them already in there, so we're going to fill those guys up. We're going to fill these guys up. Oh, come on. I just need a few more. Fill them up. Need one more of those. Well, I know where I can get some more of those guys here. So we're going to go down to the turbo motors. We're going to throw over another stack of them. And we are going to get those uploaded. And can they even be built over here? Probably not. Which means I got to make some power crystal. No. Dump the slug in the crate. That's why you spent the time building the system. Sluggy, sluggy, sluggy. Mr. Sluggy. There you are. There's Mr. Sluggy. Don't need that. Don't need that. I think I saw some ingots. I am carrying a crap ton of rubber, which I don't need to be. So I'm just going to go do a little bit of clearing up in my inventory. That's the one thing I've noticed with the Dimensional Depot is my personal inventory here really isn't doing me anything because it's literally a buffer zone. I don't necessarily need to carry anything in there. The only time I really need to carry absolutely something is if I'm doing a massive build project, especially if I'm using blueprints, is that it's not quick enough with the concrete. So I may have to go grab myself a bunch of stacks of concrete. While we're here, let's check in with the boys. Doug, you got me some steel plates. Thank you, boy. What about you? Mac, you gave me some wires. And Bob. Look at Bob bringing me a slug. Such good puppers. Still need the fourth for the set, so I can have my Bob and Dud, Mac and Kenzie. And, yeah. Okay, the reason that keeps popping up again is because I've been playing Space Engineers, and Space Engineers is how do you activate and deactivate your jetpack, unlike Space Engineers. All right. Pressure frames. Pardon me. And you know what? I'm gonna just see if I can buy those modular frames. Screw it. I'm gonna buy myself a stack of these just to get it done. Need more coupons. It's been a while since I cleared out. Look at that. 327. I think I might have a few coupons here. So we'll take those guys. And we can see that we got 68 in there, so we're about to do really good on the old coupons. Now, the only drawback about me clearing them all out there is that I can't just easily access them from somewhere else, but not really a problem. All right, let's put those in there. Again, I am making them. I just don't feel like taking the trip back just to grab a few of these because I want to do this. And ready to launch, and launch.
Milestone reached. Project part number 9, nuclear pasta, can be created in the particle accelerator. The accelerator has vast and fluctuating power demands, depending on the recipe, so will need careful integration with your factory. Fix-It does not waste, so nuclear waste can be refined by the particle accelerator into plutonium for reuse in the nuclear power plant. Fun fact. Fix-It psychologists suggest factory designs reflect the minds of their creators in unexpected ways. On an unrelated note, your infrastructural choices have been interesting.
Uh-huh. Sometimes I don't know if she's insulting me or not. I'm gonna go with the default that she probably is. All right, so let's have a look here. Look at that. We are clear. Everything except for our phase 9 is absolutely done. So we are rocking. Okay. Yeah, I think we can head over to the copper line now, actually, while we're here. And let's have a look at our stations. Let's have a look at getting the 600 ingots we need for the copper powder. Now I can actually, whoops, not that button. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. I did it again. All right, N, can we get in there? Copper powder. So copper powder has one use and one use only. Yeah, so it's going to be a temporary. It's probably just going to squeeze the constructors in where I put the accelerator in that top corner there. So I never have to think about it again. Okay, so let's have a little quick boo over to our copper and see what's happening over here. So your copper or your quartz. The quartz is coming from, yes, I know, I have to remind myself where it's coming from. It's been a while since I've been over here. The quartz, where is the quartz coming in from? I know the Caterium's coming up from there. Because I have these stations over here, which I'm not really doing a lot with yet. Yeah, so there's the Caterium, which is absolutely full because it's on the end. We have iron that we're not doing anything with yet, but we have it ready. Hey, buddy. What you doing? Yeah, you're carrying copper there. You're also carrying your quartz. I'd like to find out where your quartz goes. So that train then goes over to there. Which I don't necessarily... How do I want to do this, man? I can't just bring it by the train. Because I don't think this one fella's going to be able to do it. I am running two of you, though, aren't I? Okay, so let's turn off the ore markers, because I just want to focus on the trains. And we look at our train list here. Titan ore hauler 2. Yeah, see, he's doing the same. Your spacing's not great yet at the moment, but this guy I think is going to pull in a little bit too soon, but they're still doing their thing. Yeah, see, he's just over there, and that other train is coming in. So he's over there doing his thing. Get a Caterium he won't use. Right, there's the quartz line. That quartz is coming in from over here, which is that, I mean, it's literally the closest thing to the quartz here. Huh. Does my future lie here, or does it reside somewhere else? I really wish you weren't coming in this soon. It's interesting that your Caterium is empty, and yours isn't. Decisions. Well, that should absolutely let everyone know that I have very little plan when I come into these recessions every morning, or every Saturday morning. I have got a vague idea what I need to get done, but you're watching the brain spit out its farts in real time, folks. Don't you feel special? Okay, so I'm gonna head back to the Citadel because I got other options here, and I want to look at some of those other options. The reason I'm kind of doing all the and what's it is because this is such a temporary setup. Maybe there's copper powder in one of the other up-and-coming recipes once I get into the tier 5 and start the tier 5, but right now I see nothing for copper powder. All right, so what I'm going to take a look at, can we bring the map up? Yes, we can. Is one of the things I'm going to look at here is have a look at, you know, there is a copper node not in fact, there's 2 copper nodes, not that far away. So if we look here at copper nodes, I'm going to highlight those. So here's the Citadel on the map. And you can see there's a copper node just over here. That's a normal, but I got the Mark IIIs and whatnot. And then there's a copper node way over here. What about some other location? What's over here? So that's copper node. Those are 2 impures. That's not going to do me any good. So I'm just looking at where I currently have traffic and trains besides the Titan Forest area, which I've already claimed 2 of. Okay, well, let's just keep heading back down. We're not there yet. Zoom, 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 zoom. And off we go. Sorry, didn't mean to leave you staring at the post. What? Post there again. Just kind of concerned about the stream. I don't want it fading out on me, so I'm kind of making some checks and stuff here. So let's keep heading down. Okay. Yeah, it's been the day definitely is off to a weird start today. The day is really off to a weird start, including my lack of English skills. Completely discombobulated me here. All right, let's see what we can do about our bloody copper. I'm gonna get myself to a nice high point here just so I can see what it is. I'm just gonna kind of hang over the building here so I have some power coming in. So that's that's the copper node right there. So we can see, we go bing. Wait for it. And there it is. That's our copper node there. And the other one is quite a bit further away. So that one is not far, especially considering that we have our iron right here. We could just do a little bit of it. Let's get down. Please just fall. There we go. Yeah, that actually is going to work out okay. So what are you? You're normal. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so what I can do here is I'm going to extend the platform. I'll just run like a alleyway that-a-way. And then we could put in our copper processing. In fact, we could just put our copper processing right here. Let's go into our blueprints. Let's see what we got for our construction lines here. So constructors, no, we want full buildings. Do we? No, you want, yeah, finished product line. Copper smelter. 240 ore, 240 ingot. It's a nice, tight little building. It's exactly the same building as that, which is, actually, I like that idea, that it is the same building. All it is just different recipes in there. Let's park that guy there and just kind of make sure we're positioned here. So I think that's what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use this guy here. Make sure, again, everything's nice and lined up. There we go. So there we go. There's my blue line. Yeah, let's just do this. We're going to put one there. We're going to keep flipping here until we get to blueprint snap. And we're going to hit H, drop it down by one nudgy nudge. So just like that. Oh, looks like I'm going to need to rotate it. Somehow it got rotated weirdly. There we go. There we go. And there we go. A vertical nudge again. Way to go, guys. All right, so that's 480. Need another one here. Nudge it down. And there we go. So that's going to be more than I actually need. Oops, went into somehow ended up. No, get out of the console. Turn that off. There we go. So that's going to be, yes, 720. Which means I would need 720 to get out of this guy over here. Let's see what we can actually do. Keeping in mind, we have, honest to goodness, Mark III miners now. All right, let's get this guy out of here. And we'll start doing our minning. There we go. Yep, you are a normal. Hello. I am completely out of tracing bullets, so we're gonna have to fight this the old-fashioned way. Hi. Bye. Go sleepy? Okay. You go sleepy. I'm so low right there too. Okay, so we got this guy. Anyone else? Anyone? No one. Okay. All right. So with the Mark III miner, look at you, you little beauty. Need to make myself some portable miners here. Well, we can do that right on site. Just need one of these guys here. We'll quickly throw that down. None of this stuff is going to stay. All I need to do is kind of check the values. Remember, I need 600 or 720 if I want to maximize the ingots over there, which, you know, I might as well. You know, having a full, ready to go, maxed out line. So if I put a Mark III, and again, I'm not going to care about aiming it down here, that is currently bringing me only 240. Can I get you up to 600? So I can get... What are you normal? Or yeah, you're normal. Okay. So I can get it up to the 600. 240 by 240, 480. That's 120 I have to make up for. Oh, man. I really wish these numbers worked out a little nicer, but... have my 600. Okay, so all I need to do is make sure that some of the machines up there are shut down. So I am gonna balance it out. But, okay, so let's get this out of here. Let's get this out of here. So we're gonna bring the copper line to this factory here. So first things first, we need to run ourselves, and I will go through you know, don't worry, I'll go through and make sure that everything's got under supports and whatnot. All right, so we're gonna get ourselves to the hillside here, falling down. What have I got for explosives on me still? I still have some of these guys here. Let's clear out some of the not necessarily terrain, but the flora and whatever fauna might get in my way. So we're going to want a causeway running off in this direction for the belt to flow along. Can I come? Do I want to come out a little bit further? I don't want to just kind of do a zigzag here, so I'm going to take advantage of the ability to aim. So if I hold down the control key, do I have enough to... That is the sound of frustration of combining the muscle memory of two completely different games that are close, but not quite. Yes, the ever-present and ever-influencing space engineers. Speaking of space engineers, hey, this might be a good time to talk about what's going to be happening, hopefully, in the future. So I have been talking about in the last little while about, doing a membership now on the channel. Biggest thing that I haven't done anything about it yet is that not knowing what I want to do. Like, what am I going to do for said membership on the channel? Can I please have my regular light stand? No. There we go. And so I am working now on a couple of plans for that. So I just wanted to let everyone know that hopefully in the next week, if not 2 weeks, there will be an announcement for that subject line. So yeah, I actually have something in plan now. It is in the works. It's just whether or not I can bring it to fruition. And yes, I said because I can't help it. I'm involving more people because I can seem to be able to get people hooked on this game, and what's not to be hooked on. It's a great game. So yeah, I have made another convert. Is that the right line I wanted to go to? No idea. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to remove that line and go from there to there, there to there. Grab a power pole, and let's just hook up these buildings here. There we go. All of that just so I can float around. Everyone hooked up, and everyone hooked up. Okay, because I need to be able to float so I can see what I'm doing. So I can grab this guy here, and what I want to do is I'm just going to aim it that away. That away? Maybe a little bit more over. So I'm holding down the control key, rolling my mouse wheel. How's that? Well, let's drop a zoop line here and see how it does. Yeah, you know. Questions. I don't want to zoop that because I'm going to bring this guy down underneath. So, yeah, that'll work. That'll be fine. It's fine. It's all good. Need half platforms here. There we go. And let's get rid of these guys here. And up we go, and there we go. Okay, so we have this causeway here. So we have some place to run our belts down and power line. And sure, we can tuck in a little bit into that. And yeah, I'm coming off grid a little bit here. Actually, I don't even know where the grid is anymore. Honestly, I think I'm getting closer to the grid with this. Nah. That seems to be more or less on the grid, and it's interesting. Hello. Little guy's coming back in. Somewhere over there. I don't think we can see him from here, but he is indeed landing. Okay, so let's bring the wall down. And the walls came down. All around the town. As the building goes sucked. And no one checked their work. Okay, and that can go there. That can go there. Whoops. That can go there, and like so. Okay, let's get rid of this stuff here. That was just simply for the guidings. For the guidings. Because now I can go into my blueprints, into my undefined, which one of these days I should define these guys. So I could put a mining hut, but I probably should throw the miner on top of that first. So you're going to point down that way, which means we're going to need to bring these foundations out a little bit more. The mining hut's going to sit a little bit into the rocks, but that is okay. Be one with the landscape. Be one with nature. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. And let's just get this guy booped around a little bit. That's the technical engineering term, booping. I read it on the internet. I heard it on the internet, so it must be true. Because, you know, everything on the internet's real, isn't it? There we go. Now I can put you there. Fill in the missing foundations. Make it look intentional, but it's just making it up as I go along. But you know, that's not the point of this song. The matching rhyme was right there, and I screwed it up. Didn't see it in time. Wrong song. I mean, it was right there, and I missed it. I'm so disappointed in myself. Okay, we need to put Belty there. All right, you're going to need some of these guys. Let's crank you up. Get all the juice we can out of you. So you're ready to flow. No, you're not. We need to bring the power line down. Let's go to there. Let's go to there. Okay, so now all we need to do is... Oh my god, I can't even get up there. I have to run this way a little bit until I can get into range. There we go, into range. Up we go into the wild. And okay, so let's get some villains in. Not sure what I want to do to make this look prettier. Actually, we can do that. We can go into our architectural, because when in doubt, get a pillar. The pillar will always be your savior. All right, because we can fill out this entire corner with a happy little pillar. And there you go. Look at that. Fills in the corner, makes it look like it absolutely was fully 100% intentional. No one can say anything about it. Over on this corner, well, you know, that's exactly how we're going to fix that too. We're just going to make sure we boop it enough, nudge it enough until we have something that looks like it's supposed to be. And then what we can do is fall from the sky, because we forgot to make sure we took our power with us. Let's put that there, and let's just zoom some windows down. The windows are absolutely 100% part of the structure. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Let's fix this. Can we fix this? Can we get away with fixing this? Or are you gonna poke out the edge? You are going to poke out the edge. So we'll just turn you into one of those, and then we don't have to worry about it. I'm going to do the same over here. Just going to grab a bit of concrete and throw that into the corner. In fact, you know what? That works so well for those two windows. Let's do the same thing over here and just fill that in, and look at that, like it was designed to be exactly that. Okay, now we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're gonna grab a roofie, or a roof piece. Ooh, that would, yeah. As soon as I said it, I realized you might want to find a new word there, man. Okay, and zoopies, and zoopy. And the reason I'm doing all of this is not just because, you know, getting squirreled. I mean, it's always a safe bet, the squirrel. But it's just so, again, I have a place to run everything through, and while I'm doing it, I might as well do it right the first time. Let's come back by one. Let's go through the rock face, and we can just do that now. Because, yeah, that's a great view of that rock. We have a much nicer view over here, so we'll just keep that windows all the way down. Do I want to bring you back by one? No, I don't, but what I am going to do is get inside and do one of those. Also going to do one of these, and we're going to put that there. Going to fall to the ground, but that's okay. I'm going to give myself a way back up by using a catwalks. So we'll go catwalk corner. We are going to grab one of you. It's kind of an awkward way I'm doing the stairs here, but you know what? What's life without a little chaos and a little adventure? Stable and comforting. Shut up. Okay. And look at that! It's like there was a plan! Once again, for the people who didn't catch it the first time, there's no plan. And there we go. Okay, so let's get back here. Now we can grab some power. Let's get rid of that. We don't need to blow anything up at the moment. La 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 la. Power needs to go downstairs. Let's grab the old light stand. Boy, did I put that light stand in the wrong orientation. So I'm going to get rid of that one. We're going to get rid of the 4-to-5er. And then we're going to put it back. I'm going to need to use my nudgies. There we go. Let's get you powered up. Let's remember what game again we're playing, so I use the correct keyboard shortcuts. There we go. And now we can go down to... Yeah. Let's grab a regular one. So I'm just going to grab a normal light stand, and that one can go... Yeah. I mean, why use regular power poles when you can overcomplicate it and crack down on your frame rate with light poles? So power is down to the corner. We need to get the power underneath the corner, so we're going to use the handy dandy little trick of grabbing a wall outlet so we can mount it on the ceiling directly below the power pole, so that when we connect a wire between the two, that wire travels and clips. It's not cheating. They gave us clipping. We're allowed. Right down to there, so that now has power in it, and from here all I need to do now is just walk the line. So we can put one right there, and it's going to get a little bit clunky coming around here. So clunky that I don't know if I want to do that. I think what I'm going to do here is we're going to kind of bypass this corner a little bit, I think. Like that. And then like that. I have no idea what it looks like on the outside, but that's easy enough to find out. We are actually going to go like that. Because then I can pass the wire through there. No one will know the difference, except everyone who just watched me do this cried. You saw nothing. And then I can connect that to there. I'm going to grab one of these here because I don't want a bunch of doubles going down the line here. Because the automatic, the way it chooses which one to use is whichever one you're coming from. So that's a double there. So if I wanted to go in a single, I have to place a single. Otherwise, if I was to start the belt from here, you can see that it automatically creates a double. If I start a belt from the single, it automatically creates a single. So it's, again, it is kind of like a little time-saving thing, but it's a bit of a pain in the ass. I'd rather not have it make that decision and just go to a default single. I'm pretty sure it used to back in the day. When I say back in the day, I mean back in the time when the dinosaurs roamed the earth. You know, my childhood. Yeah. And then, you know, if I needed to double, I'd do the double myself. Like for here, for example, I need a double. So all I need to do is go get my double. So it's a double-double. For all of you Canadians, you know exactly what I just referenced. For anyone who's not a Canadian, ha ha ha, you're not Canadian. I pity. No, I'm sorry. That's just. Oof. There we go. Let's just admit it. It's great to be Canadian. Because Canada is awesome. Okay, let's get that. Let's get that. And let's grab that. All right, so. Power. How do we get our material up to the stairs now? I'm thinking because it's right there, nothing is lined up very well. We're gonna have to be a little cheaty. Cheaty. So we're gonna grab ourselves one of these things here. Won't go like so. Hey, Barb, good to see you this week, my friend. And how are ya? And yeah, very much Canadianism. And ironically, Takeoff Hoser is why I've named my doggos Bob and Doug Mac, and the next one will be Z, Bob and Dad McKenzie. Two of our greatest Canadians. Important members of our history. I mean, who doesn't remember their battle cry? Awesome possum, moving ahead, proper flowing. Now remember, all of this is going into two lousy constructors somewhere down there. I'm gonna look at seeing how we can do it. I have no idea what's gonna happen once I get to the end of the causeway here. I'm gonna be moving ingots out. That's what I'm gonna be doing. I don't know what's going on anymore. Okay, Kappa. And all the way down to the end here. Kappa. You'll never get me, Kappa. I will get you, though. All right, so that lines can come out to here. And then we'll flip you to straight. No, that doesn't give me control over that. So we'll go to here. Because I want it nice and straight, coming around the corner and right down the center line. Just like that. Okay. You stay there. I'm going to go do some work over there, but don't you go away. Okay, so now we've got 3 floors, but they are currently completely separated from each other. So we're going to need to actually connect the floors. So the copper is going to come in through there. And then it needs to go up to the next floor. And then from the next floor, it needs to go out from there. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a splitter right here. I think that's lined up, but we'll just zoop it or nudge it if we need to. Yeah, so we're going to put a splitter there. We'll come up to the floor above it. We'll flip you around. We're going to put a splitter there. And that should do it. So now, if I take a lift to there, take my next lift up to here, and then I can just throw that belt into there. We'll grab our floor hole and we'll put that about there. Yeah, yes, queen. Like that, yeah. You're gonna do that. That's gonna work for me, yeah. That's a nice. What accent is he doing? He doesn't know. He never knows. We worry about our safety. Who's he talking to? No one. Okay, let's keep going down to the end here while the brain is still holding on for dear life. Pardon me, little tickle in the old throaty throat there. And, you are not on the center line. Why are you not on the center line? Well, you know what? You don't have to be. You do your thing, my friend. As long as it's what I tell you to do. Okay, and you go into, sure, let's use the straight. Yeah, that's going to do just fine. All right, so there should be now copper going all the way up to the top, which there is. None of it is actually getting into machine because there's no way for it to get into machine because we stopped. Falling! Ow. I'm going to go through the door over here, and then I'll use the stairs. Thank you very much. Okay, so, you come out of straight. You go into default. Let's go upstairs to the next floor. We'll come through here. These guys should just start rumbling into life pretty damn quick. And we'll go up to the next service floor, which is right here. There you are. So that I can then do this into there. Up to the next service floor. One more point. And into there. Now, I only need out of this side here, let's do a quick bit of math. So 600 minus 480 is 120. So we only need 120's worth of machines. Yeah, watch out for that first step. It's a doozy. Up to here. So each one of these guys is doing, I think, 30. Yeah, so 30. So I only need 4 of these. That's 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 here. There's 1, 2, 3. So we are going to shut down this guy. We're going to shut down this guy. And we are going to shut down this guy. And this guy. And I'm going to go question my reality and my very way of looking at reality. I want to have a quick look at the miner over here. Because again, something about the new rules has just tickled the back of my brain. And then by the new rules, I mean, how do we actually manage the numbers coming out of our machines? Because we have use for things like summer sloops. Can I put any kind of added accelerator in here? And the answer is no. There is no production fudging or anything like that on the miners where you can drop in a summer sloop and get extra production for the same amount by cheating, multi-dimensional draining and cheating and all that fun stuff. Okay. So good to know that that's not going to make an effect. I just wanted to double check that again because there are certain things that I'm not sure. Why are you not doing anything? Probably because you're full. Yeah, you guys are all full, so that's fine. Okay, so now that we've got all of that going up, the raw material going up, we now need to bring the finished product back downstairs, which is pretty much the same principle as how we got stuff to the upstairs. I know how dizzying this must be for you guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so I have my copper ingots sitting right there. They are going down that window there. This is a merger. So good, that's all still functional here. And I'm having vague recollections of what I'm supposed to be doing with this stuff. So we're gonna come down here. We're just gonna step off there. Okay, so my copper ingots are coming down here. Copper ingots coming down here. I have a merger right here. So what I need to do is take this merger, go up to here, grab the same belt here, and plug that in. So now both of this line and this line are now coming out through here because they're dumping into that merger. So it is 600. So now I can grab this guy here, bring him up to right here, because I can force that to connect through there. That also looks a little bit cool. That comes down to there, should be going into the merger. Easy way to test that. What I'm going to do here is I'll just cut the line right here. Should also make sure these are all turned on, even though I think I'm bypassing the power switches here. So if I come up here, now that I've cut off, and I grab a bunch of these ingots, you can see that the line continues to refill. That means that the lift is in fact connected to the merger. Yay! And that was good. Okay, so the power switches have been bypassed. Now I remember why there's that one there and that one there. I've just plugged into that one because I've come to the conclusion that I don't really care about using power switches. Priority or otherwise, I'm just going to make sure I have power management. And you can see I have a very, very solid 2700. That is something I actually had to go fix between sessions because I was getting weird spikes and stuff. So in other words, it was acting like fuel generators weren't flowing properly. And they weren't, because there was literally a half a meter section of a Mark I pipe hiding in between a support and a junction that was choking off what should have been a 600 line. So as always, if you're having trouble with things not flowing the way you expect them to be, either fast or too slow, check for tiny little segments hiding in places like. So where you might find a tiny little piece is like right in, oops, right there. If that was, a tiny Mark I hiding in between, that would be problematic. But as is, there is that Mark III there. So yeah, that's usually the number one cause of things getting hung up. Okay, so iron ingots coming down, copper ingots are going to come out of the window here. We're not going to have them come out of the window here. So I'm going to get rid of this wall. I'm going to put in a normal wall. Of course, we have the old issue with a hole, but we can just grab one of our handy wall holes. I love I'm really so very happy that they gave us actual wall holes. It is the one mod I couldn't live without. And every time I start the game now, I get a warning. You used to use mods in this save and you're not using them now. Do you want to carry on? Yes, it's that mod that it's telling me that I took out. So yeah, when I found out I was getting wall holes, there was much rejoicing in the household. Okay, got myself a bunch of ingots, 600 of them to be precise. So I'm going to leave that there for now. And we'll take our leisurely pace. Can we get faster jetpacks, please? Oh my god, these things are so slow. But then I guess they're not meant for traveling. They're meant for building stuff. Okay, so let's grab ourselves the particle accelerator now. Alien power augmentor. I honestly haven't looked at anything up here. Generates power based on a total amount of power on the attached power grid. The experimental technology is somehow able to extract power from the summer salute by blasting it with energy. That's nice, don't care. Soon, my pretties, soon I have everything I need for you now. Which is literally supercomputers and turbo motors. So, yay! Why am I in here? I am in here for my production because there is my particle accelerator. Oh, just a bigger boy. Holy crap. Oh. Ah. E. Ooh. I hear revisions happening in my brain. Holy smackholies. Are you? Oh my goodness. You know, I apparently never really paid attention to how big this mother actually is. Wow. Yeah. So you know my plan. Not gonna happen like that. Let's go see where we can find another place to put these things. Okay, so what do I need? I need stuff that's coming in from here. I need those little guys right there in front, the radio units, and I need those frames that are behind me back there. So how do I get them? Because they're all upstairs and... Ugh. I don't think I'm bringing any of that stuff down here. Well, you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna put you on the roof, and we're gonna build walls around you. Do I care about putting in the service floor underneath? No, you're gonna be a special case. You're not gonna get, I mean, look at you. You're giant. You're a monster. Oof. I am gonna enclose you. I'm gonna make you inside. You're gonna be an inside pet. I don't want the wolves or the coyotes getting to you. Or the owls hauling you off. Oh my goodness, you're just giant. There, just do it. Just do it. Do it. Okay, so. It actually is okay that I had to throw him all the way up here. Let's call the little elevator up, because I do need the two constructors for the powder, and I need the assembler. Hi, there you go. And I need an assembler down there as well for the pressure conversion cubes, was it? So let's go bring that stuff in here. So this is kind of just more your standard, bog standard, drop them in, manufacture them. We'll line it up with the rest of the assemblers in the lineup here. So again, we'll get everything nice and centered up, like right there to right there to right there. Yeah. Just like that. Then we can grab our constructors. Mr. Constructor, send me a thing. I put a recipe, you give me ding. I like the things you crank out your hole. That really is weirdo ho ho. Yeah, I'm stretching today. Apparently the creative juices just ain't juicy. Now I can just sound creepy. I got the juicy. Okay, coming around here, and we'll put our pole in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner. We'll put another one there. We'll put another one there, because then we can... Yeah, sure, we'll just go back like that. We'll go back like that, and we'll go back like that. Okay, so... pressure conversion cubes are made from these guys and the frames. So we need to go down a floor. I should have put in floor holes. Let's go up a floor. Okay, now I'm just riding the elevator for the fun of riding an elevator. What are you going to be making me? You are going to be making me fancy shit. You're going to be making me these guys. I see the radio control units up here. No, they are all under the floor. Okay, that's fine. It's okay. It's going to be okay. We can put it down there, and then we come there, and then the other thing. Okay, so there we go. We know where they're coming in now. I'm gonna call an elevator that was already here. No, I don't want to go there.
Thanks. I really needed that breath of fresh air. It gets a little stale in here.
Okay, thank you, Ada. Okay, so pressure conversion cubes are going to require the radio control units, which are over there, and the frames, which are right here. Okay, so the frames are going up into these guys, into that guy, so that's easy enough to fix. I'm going to want to replace this belt anyway, apparently, because, Okay, so we're going to need a splitter. And we'll hit the old hold in place so we can do our nudgies. Give him a nudgy, man. You know, nudgy, noogie. That was the thing I was playing with. Whew. Warning. I got so in the wrong spot. Alright, that's now pointing in the right direction. So the problem with the other one there is that I had my arrows wrong. You don't want your arrows being wrong. Okay. Up to there, down to there, that goes into there, that is clipped into there. That's done the thing, and the other thing, and this, that, and the other thing. And then we can come over here, make sure we're on straight, so we get a nice clean line. Let the frames flow! Okay, so now we need these fellas. And I'm thinking the easiest thing for me to do for these fellas is I'm going to put that there. Going to put that one there. I'm actually going to do it a little bit. We're going to go whoop, whoop. We're going to pop you down. We're going to grab our big ass belt and we're going to try and throw you in there. There we go. There goes the frames. Excellent. Okay, now what about over here on our radio units? Well, we're just going to grab ourselves a splitter and just, split the line. Is it going to be lined up exactly? No. Am I going to delete this belt so I can line it up exactly? Well, of course I am. So we're going to have our in arrow going in like that. Of course, that means we do need to reconnect. So then we can grab our fancy dancy high-speed belt, go book, and then we can go. I'm going to have to come out a little bit. So we'll go book, and then we go book. Just like that. Yeah. And if we have a quick boo, can I do a quick boo over there? I have no stairs. I have literally no other exit out of this floor. Ooh. Well, OSHA's gonna hate me for that. Yeah, I accidentally sent the elevator all the way down to the bottom floor, so I have to wait for it. Okay, so let's come back up here. And if we have a quick look through, the hole in the floor is below me. Of course it is. I don't care. Let's just move over here. Okay, so pressure conversion cubes. Converting. Now we need to bring a crap ton of iron or copper ingots into these two guys. So let's see, how are we going to do that? That's going to be tricky, I'm thinking. So what have I got? Okay, so that is these guys coming in here. Do I have room to stretch them? What are you supposed to be? Why aren't you doing anything? Oh, because there you go. Because you're only doing 5 per minute. Which, again, should be enough! Yeah, I think I can bring copper ingots in through here. But I need to get them from down there. Okay. I can work my way out. I can get out of there. Let's drop down to a floor that I can escape. There we go. Okay. Because we have that sky bridge, I have this sky bridge. Yeah, I realize the sports would probably be underneath, but... Okay. So, now, so frustrating. I'm not sure what this wall is doing for me, but... Okay. Thank you for participating in our adventure. So what I'm thinking is the copper is right there. It's getting it into this building. Drop down to another floor. And yeah, so what I'm gonna do here, I think, is I'm gonna follow the quartz up. Not sure if I can get away with following the quartz up. Yeah, see, the quartz is doing a little jog around there. Well, I'm going to keep working my way down here. I'm not really seeing too much getting in the way. I mean, the door there, but you know what? I can go up through there. And lots of space here. I could just move the door, which might be a better idea, actually. Yeah. Now, remember earlier how I said I'm making this shit up as I go along? I'm exactly doing that. I'm just making this shit up as I go along. That can go there. I'm going to start popping in the holes, I think. So let's put that floor back there. I'm going to cut that out so I can easily move and change floors, but I do need to be able to do that. Okay. So now I'm going to take you and just go whoop. Now I can grab you and nudge you into place and dupe you down to there. I'm going to work my way down here for now. Okay, so ran into the first little drawback here. So... what is directly below here? Am I on the ground floor yet? I am. I am on the ground floor. That is okay. I am happy to be on the ground floor. I'm not sure what to do with being on the ground floor beyond... Let's do this. I'm going to take... you, throw you over there. We're going to grab our lift. We're going to go like that, and then we're going to go make sure we're in default, because straight can't make that corner for whatever reason. Because then I can go like that. Now, I just loaded that line up with a bunch of freaking quartz, so I will have to fix that, but I'm going to be on straight here because we're going to do that. Okay, cool. For the copper itself, well, you know what? Nice, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Right here, we're not going to do any mussing and fussing. You guys are not lined up. I need you to be over one more tiny little nudge. Like so. And then you can go up to there. And I went too tall. Okay. Maybe I should actually get up there. Okay, now I can see that. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to allow my copper to go up into here. Like I said, I've accidentally loaded up the line with a little bit of quartz, but that's okay. Because we are going to get rid of that quartz. Now, the silica here is going to be problematic in its current form, but once again, it is a pretty easy fix. All we need to do is relocate it. And go all the way over to here. We are in the straight function. There we go. Silica. Moving and grooving. Oh, that was a Mark III, maybe? Sure. Okay. Now, keeping in mind, that's not supposed to be quartz. That is supposed to be copper ingots. In fact, I'm going to work my way, going to go back down. I'm going to actually get the copper ingots onto the line here so that when I'm clearing it, I can see when it's actually clear. I mean, I suppose... Are anything coming out? No? Okay, it's clear. But, you know what? Actually, this is probably even a better time. I'm going to take a quick bio break, and we'll be back in a few minutes, and we shall continue on getting all of that copper upstairs for the two measly little constructors and get some copper powder. But we'll come back to that. Thank you, and stay tuned. I love the little jazz music. You know, I do appreciate YouTube's audio library. They just have such a great selection of music. That is where I get all of my music. I find it's the easiest way to avoid copyright strikes. You can just hear the Satisfactory music, but that's because they have a proper license. They actually have a, here, I don't know if you guys are aware, but if we go into our audio options in Satisfactory, and I think this is really quite cool, is that it has a streamer mode. Anything that is licensed in their music will get blocked. So they only will stream the good stuff. So I don't have to worry about it. So I do use the default music. in the game here, but for pretty much everything else, I use the YouTube audio library. Yeah, you can just hear it. And it gives some really nice selections and stuff like that, like my little smooth jazz. Am I listening to smooth jazz in real life? Am I a fan of smooth jazz? No, not really. But it's just, I like it in this context. That's where I like smooth jazz. It's just kind of chill, which is what I'm trying to do. You know, we're just kind of being chill. We're being calm. We're being, you know, just building a factory. It's not like anything's kind of trying to get me, except for the things that are trying to get me. But you know what? They're one and done kind of thing, so it's not really an issue in the game. It is just about, you know, getting the factory flowing and doing your thing and moving and grooving. All right, let's make sure we're going in the right direction. There we go. Okay, so the ingots, again, all of the ingots are flowing into that lift now. So that lift needs to come over to here. So if we stick our nose into the building here, we can see that it's coming in right through there. So let's pop underneath. See where that's coming through. Well, of course it's coming. Something weird happening here. There we go. My hands went in the wrong place. They were sticking. Okay, that was just weird. Okay, so I'm going to continue you all the way down into the bottom floor. I believe that is the rail floor, but we should be. Oh, really, dude? Just going to be off by that much. Well, fine. 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 It's all fine. By the way, if your wife ever says it's all fine, it ain't fine. Okay, underneath we go. So we can sneak our little copper line to there, because our little sneak copper line, where is our sneak copper line? Our sneak copper line is right over here. It's gonna be so much fun tying all these factories together into one unified. Oh. But you know what? That is not my problem. That is Future Roland's problem, and he can have fun with it. There we go. And just keep that belt coming. It's not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. So we'll go to here. Then I can grab my lift. Go to here. And to here. Let the copper flow. I am going to put a counter on that because something feels like it's going just a touch slow. So let's put one of these guys on there. Keep forgetting that we have these now. Again, this used to be a mod. 270. Why only 270? So that tells me I've got a little bit of a segment blocking that off, and I'm pretty sure I know where it is. So it's right over. Okay, so that's a Mark 5. That's a Mark 3. Yep, it's this little guy right here. So remember what I said, there's little tiny segments. You got to watch out for these guys. That's one of them. I also need to go to the other one. So the next floor up, it's going to have basically the same problem. So these are calibrated for 240, which means I'm using the 270 per minute belts. These are 270 per minute. Yeah, I think. What they're not is above that. They're not going to support anything more than what's coming into them. So I need to make sure that all of these belts are fully upgraded so that as the copper ingots come down, they are going to properly filter and move. So, yeah, that should do that one. Catch myself. Slick. That's got the full belt experience going through. That's got the full belt experience. This one doesn't matter because it's only being fed by the 240 that are coming through that hole. But everything, once we hit between the splitters, we need to maximize. So that should speed that up. We're gonna double check that. Nothing, of course, is going to register here now because we have got to the end of the line, so to speak. So now we need to run over to our other building here. Do little freaky, jumpy things. Copper ingot going upstairs. Yeah. Let's grab the elevator. Where's the door? There's the door. There's the lift. I wish it would line it up just a little nicer. It always feels like it's out of alignment. Like, can we fix that 3 centimeters or 2 centimeters or whatever? Pleases and thank yous. Okay, so service floor. Let's have a look. Okay, copper's still continuing up. We can close that hole now and keep moving up. Okay, so now we're running into where that quartz is an issue, but I don't need to go downstairs anymore. All I need to do is keep coming up and find out where we run out, which is right here. So, you are supposed to be my copper line, right? Yeah, because that's my quartz over there. So we need to get some floor holes in here. Like that one. And that one. And we need to loop that into there. Yeah, I keep forgetting you can use these metal pillar frames here. They make lovely belt kind of sheaths. All right, up a floor, and that's where we're gonna come out to head that way. Everything about this lift is wrong, which is gonna actually alleviate a little bit of my quartz problem. And again, I want to go. It's doing weird stuff. Doing weird stuff, Bob. That's got to go fly that way to that way. There we go. Down to there. And I want a single one and a single one. Okay. Gonna have to go downstairs again. Thought I could get away with that nice long belt, you know, or a lift. You know what? No. Just no. Oh. Why are you being difficult here, buddies? There you go. And there we go. Wow, that really was an unusually long belt, wasn't it? Or lift. You know what? No, because I could actually make it go the entire length and just visually skip between all the rest of these guys, but if I run into a problem, I'd rather have them as small sections that I need to remove. And oh, you're just not cooperating. You're just not gonna cooperate, are you? That's because the beams are in the pillars are in the way. We gotta get rid of that. I'm gonna put that right there because I need my floor hole right there. Now I can get rid of that. Put that back in. There's the copper just waiting for me. And there you go. And into there. You're all doing your thing now. Why didn't you come upstairs? Why are you not moving? Because I didn't connect you right. Jeez, why are they being so sensitive today? They just do not want to cooperate, do they? Okay, there we go. Now you're cooperating. And you'll notice that we've already cleared the quartz that was polluting the line. Yay! Okay, let's keep working our way upstairs. Stop hitting that button. Almost like I got... Stop it! Oh, I blocked the door. Oh, we need to do the same thing that we did on the other floor, is we're just gonna put our concrete there, drop to our doors, and we'll just put our door in right there. Okay. Let's keep going upstairs. One more floor, and we are now on the floor we want to be on. Okay, so all of that copper now just needs to head its way to right here. Yes. Now, I don't actually have a sky bridge connecting here per se, like I do on the other ones. I've just got this supported one going through. So I'm going to actually pop over to there. I want to make sure that I'm not going to get interfered with coming through here. No, that'll be just fine. I can hear spooky stuff running in behind me. Like, all it really needs to do is go from there to just, yeah, keep following exactly what this other set is doing. To be honest, just run parallel. In fact, you're the radio unit, so everything that's going about you is going to be running in parallel. Okay, cool. Let's put a hole. Let's connect our belts. Let's get into the right menu here, so when I hit 3, I get the right thing. Let's grab a pillar and drop you down into place. Hold down my control key, then hit the nudge, and you'll give me a nice clean line, and just right across there, and then we can go boop, boop. Okay, well, if I'm heading back there, let's bring the belt with us. So we're going to keep it on the straight mode here. And, yeah, might as well just run it along the baseboard of the wall here, at least for the time being, until such a time as I might need to bring it up. Gonna get a little awkward around that door there. Do need to get past there. And sorry. Okay, sorry. Just a message that I had to decipher a little bit. Mostly because, you know, brain functionality. Saturday morning, not highest on everyone's priority list. All right, so that is going to be too tall here. So what I'm going to do here is force a compression using, I think, one of you. Yeah. Because you... Okay, we're going to have to do a little bit of... So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get this guy elevated and flowing in the right direction, like that. So we get a segment. Because I want you not to go to there. Stop trying to go to there. I need instead... I want you to go to there. Try to get you to turn. Yep, that's fine. Gonna have to fudge it a little like that. Okay, so that's okay. No, we're good. It's all good. It's all good. No need to panic. Everyone stop panicking. Sorry, what? Okay, yeah, we're just gonna run this along the wall, not on the wall. I need to come away from the wall a touch. The belt is going to flow in this manner. So what I'm going to do here, I have to get the belts laid down before I can do anything with the lift, because I need to do the lift force, which is to kind of compress it into itself a little bit more than it wants to do naturally. So we're going to make sure that we can... Thank you. And then into there. So now when I take my lift, I should hopefully compress down. Just like that. Excellent. Okay, so copper ingots keep moving. Keeping them moving and grooving and doing the thing, and then we're going to wrap this guy around, because then we can just get up to the regular ceiling height. I'm actually only going to go up like that. Yeah, actually, you know what? That kind of works just fine, because look, everyone else is already higher than this level. So if I do a little short section like that, and then I can go all the way to there. Let's see why you're not moving stuff from down below. Probably because there's no actual lift in... No, there is. Uh-oh. Ooh. Oh, what? Who? What? Where? Ah! Well, there's your problem. Oh my god, sometimes these lifts just can be a horrible pain in the ass. So what I'm going to do here, let's just get rid of both of these. Let's grab it into that floor hole. And into that floor hole. Confirm that I see ingots going all the way up. There we go. Ingots are flowing again. Close that off now. Let's get rid of the extra one that I just put in there. There we go. And can we finally fill that hole? I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Okay, so that's going to go through there. Let's grab another one of these. Don't want to be on zoop, just be on default like that. And then like that. And then like that. I should probably have gone through that hole before I filled it. What hole? That hole. What fill? That fill. Okay, so copper moving, copper grooving, copper doing what I want it to do. That's one building. One more left. So we're now got to get across to the other side here. I am going to work my way backward. So I need to go up to the service floor. Hey, look, Mr. Elevator. That would be this floor. There we go. Yep, there we are. Where did I say you were coming out of? Who the hell knows? You're going to be coming out of right here. So this is going to be a tad trickier. How do I hide this? I don't mind things necessarily. Sometimes things just have to be extra special ugly. It's just how you kind of conceal the ugly. Like that. All right. The reason I'm kind of closing that in is that I'm gonna have to leave this open here. Unfortunately, I just don't think I'm gonna be able to put a floor hole here, so I just need this to be open. Because I need to run the copper directly above the radio units. Let me out! Let me out! No, that's not letting me out. These belts are too fast. There we go. All right, where was my copper? There is my copper. Where's my copper? There's my copper. Where is that? That is that. That needs to be... What's going to be my best way of getting away with this? I think what I'm going to have to do is be all kinds of cheaty by doing that. Because these guys are literally going to be traveling with each other from this point forward. So I need to come up a little bit with you. I need to come up a little bit with you at some point, but I'm going to put you there for now. I'm going to keep you nice and tight in the corner here. We're going to come up by one in the corner here. Yeah, on default. So like that. I can now plug the hole and reconnect everybody. And then make the new connections. Just scooch, scoochy, scoochy, scooch. Right along the top of these guys. Right to there. Let's get you back on straight so you keep me nice and tight corners. Let's go to there. We're gonna come through the tight space here. Whee! And we're gonna come to right here. Like that. Okay. Yeah. I got to me a plan. Where's that copper gotta go? Copper gotta go right over here. And I don't really have the room to do a nice clean executive floor. Do I? No, not particularly, but we can almost do a nice, perfect, clean executive floor. Just by going out of here. Gonna just mark the corner right there, grab my splitter, and let's just have you go like that, into there, and into there. I gotta make sure I am using a fast belt. Now, 720 might be a little overkill. But, each one of these guys is going to be moving 300 ingots. Now, am I clear of everyone else underneath here? I am, in fact, clear of everyone else. Have I got a clean, slightly elevated position? I do, if I come around this way here. So this is what I was trying to figure out if I can do. Yeah, that's going to be right above the... Yep, okay, yeah, we're good. We're still good. Good. So that would be that height there. I grab that, and we can just now move. I'm going to put, actually, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to come the other way. Just to make sure that everything stays nice and lined up. There we go. Because that should be to there, and then you can go into there and into there. That does not look awful. Doesn't look great. I mean, I could have tucked you up, but then I would just have to tuck you back down because I need you to get down to this level anyway, because now you are making... We are almost there. I think the only thing I need to do now is plug you guys into... Yeah. Just need to plug you guys now into the particle accelerator directly above me head. How we doing over here? Thermal options. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of that done, if not all of those ready to go. I am very much hoping to have... Hello? Can I go up a floor? Thank you. I'm very much hoping to have this all done. And the bitch of it is, I don't know if I'm ever going to need to make these things. I don't know what the next recipes are. All of this might be under clocked. I may have to do some major upgrades. Don't know. That's the whole freaking point. I don't know. I have watched not one of the normal videos and YouTubers, Eclipse or Blitz or anyone else is playing Satisfactory because I wanted to be able to say I have no idea what's coming next, and that's exactly where I am. I have no idea what's coming next. Okay, I do want to put this inside a building, which means I'm going to remove the asphalt texture. So I'm going to take it back to concrete because, you know, concrete service floor or actual production floor. Roofs and roads get asphalt or asphalt or whatever your particular regional accent. As long as when you say the word interesting, you do not call it interesting. It is interesting. I just have my weird little things that I just absolutely drives me nuts. With certain, yeah. One thing to have an accent, it's another thing to completely and utterly botch the language. No, sorry, I'm just a riffing. All right, what do you? You want something from each of you. So you get something from you, and then you get some things from you. So we are going to do this. We're going to bring you up to here, like so. And we're going to put a lift in right here. I'm going to just use a Mark III here, and we're going to go like that. Then for these guys, that's actually even easier, or just as easy. We're going to go to there. Gonna use the big fast belt. And we're going to wrap you to right here. Yeah, okay. And I can grab another lift and bring you up to here. So, grab myself a merger and yeah. Getting so close, just about there to have the last of my space elevator. Honestly, I actually haven't been this far in the game since Update 7. I never did complete Update 8. I never finished the last of the elevator stuff. I've literally gotten further than I have in any of the other playthroughs. Than I have in the previous playthrough. I finished the game. Every other version, so 1.3 through Update 7, completed them. Got the mug. Update 8, when I heard about what was happening with the actual release, I just stopped. And yeah. So that was exactly where I was. I was on this phase. So once I get this guy powered, so let's figure out how we're going to do a little bit of styling here. Let's grab a door right there. Let's put another door right there. What I'm thinking here, again, I'm trying to stay a little bit consistent with what the building currently has. So we're going to go like that. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do then is coming around here. Actually, you know what? Nope, not there. Right here. I'm going to stretch you. Didn't think I made that one. All the way to there. So now we can't go any further. So now I can grab these because I can. Just again, maintaining the consistency. Using these as an accent. So we'll go across. I'm going to go up the corners. Let's grab a wall. Okay, what's my spacing here? It is an even spacing, so we're gonna go... actually, let's do even spacing like this, and like that. And I'm gonna take these guys out, because I think what I'm gonna do... Grab these. Up to there. Down to there. That makes for very, very big walls over here. But, you know what? It's only concrete, right? Let's take you to there. I'm going to... I haven't done this yet in this build, but... Can I... There you go. Because I'm going to go like that. Yeah, then I'm gonna go make sure I'm not in Zoop like that, like that. Let's grab you like that, and like that. Yeah, and I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just continue this line going. Oops. Of course. And to the other side. Take me to the other side. Take me through to the other side. Take on through. Take on through. Yeah, 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 yes. Yes. Pass the cheese. Yes. And up and up and up and up and up and up and yeah, I'm gonna like that line. Okay, can we? Should we? I have door down there, but I don't have door here, so I'm just gonna go. Boop. You have door. I have door. We all have door. Let's bring these windows all the way across here, and all the way across. Oh, I like that. You want a real quick and easy, at least in my opinion anyway, way of kind of bringing a little style. Doing these kind of angles here just really makes things look so much nicer. It is just a very quick and dirty way of breaking up, otherwise, all the boxiness that this game kind of forces, would be the right word. Yeah, it pretty much forces you to be boxy. It certainly makes a challenge not to be. The default position is, in fact, be boxy. So, yeah, having these little kind of cut-throughs like that really kind of just helps break up the boxy. Played by Noah Hathaway. Say, what the hell is he talking about now? Battlestar Galactica, 1979, man. character named Boxy, played by Noah Hathaway, who went on to be a never-ending story and had the most traumatic scene for Gen X ever in Never-Ending Story. Tell any Gen X's our tax, we're all gonna have the same reaction, which is, yeah. Those who know, know. Those who don't, well, obviously they don't because they don't know. I mean, it's right there in the description. I really seem to have drifted off. All right, here we go. Getting so close. I kind of get silly once I get absolutely near a major turning point. None of that is lined up. And I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I am good. Because that means I get to do some more styling on this particular wall anyway. So I'm going to do a little bit of styling on this particular wall. Right, just make sure you guys just little slits of vision. There, just like that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. That's got it. All right, let's get some roofing. Now, do I do some roofing? I think I'm going to go with 1 meter roofing. Yeah, I'm going to go with 1 meter roofing just to kind of keep that angle going of the windows. But I'm going to reduce the angle so it, kind of adjusts. I don't know. We'll see how it looks. Like that. God, everywhere I look, it's just getting nicer and nicer and nicer. Prettier and prettier. Yeah, you can see that kind of flows through there. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay, so let's get some these in here now. Oh, let's turn Zoop off. Zoop working with these things is stupid. It should follow the angle, but no, it just goes in a line like that. Don't like that. Can we get a better Zoop method for these particular pieces? Just these pieces. Everything else is fine. But these ones here, like roofs, will follow the angle. These guys won't, and they should. They're part of the roofs. Why else would we be using them except for roofs? Just saying. Again, there's absolutely no chance. What am I doing? No chance that anyone from Coffee Stain is watching my little stream here. But yeah, if anyone's got their ear, it is what it is. Maybe everyone can take up the cry. Fix the Zoop on the angled pieces. We can start a movement. Get some petitions. Maybe have some bake sales. Raise some funds. Of course, corporate sponsorship, make sure we get a nice corporate on there. They get the branding. We get the, what am I talking about again? Okay, so there we go. Just about got it. And we'll stretch that across there just to fill that in. And particle accelerator is ready to accelerate. It has no power. I literally would just started this off by putting in so I could get power to my particle accelerator, because I would really like you to start making my stuff for me. So let's get our light stands. So again, I'm just going to grab my light stand here, just so I can transfer the power from there. And we're just going to go into a wall hole over here. Right there. We'll stretch across. Oops, make sure we're in the right menu, so when I hit 2, I actually get my power wires. There we go. Take our power off the elevator, and we have power here. Now I can come in here. I'm going to bring you back to, say, right. Come on. Come on. Yeah. I want you as low as possible. There we go. And into there. Now, you are making nuclear pasta, and here we go. Let the copper powder flow. Pressure conversion cubes, full up. I'm gonna need all of 50. That's it. Sweet. Oof. Okay, that starts sounding like there was an epic song starting at the beginning. It still sounds like there's an epic boss battle about to start. Hasn't stopped sounding like an epic boss battle music yet. Okay, sound design in this game is just off the chain, man. I like the sound design. I'm getting some massive stuttering here. Let's see what's going on if we can't figure that out. So, where did you go, Mr. Monitoring Thingy? Oh, I got, what's this going on over here? And I got that there, and I got that there. Oops. Sorry. Andrew's Gaming and his Space Engineer series, if you're not watching it, I would highly recommend. I'm doing scenario stuff for him just for the shits and giggles, and he is trying to record on one of my scenarios and has a question, so just going to quickly answer that. Okay, how are we doing? Everything else is doing good. Let's see, I got our little red mark there. I want to make sure OBS is still doing its thing. Yes, OBS is still doing its thing. Everybody's doing its thing. It's all working. It's all working. Okay, do I have any Mercer spheres on me? Probably not, because I didn't last time. The reason I want to know is because I would very much like to drop down a dimensional depot to catch that. So, while this is doing its thing, we got one. What is that? I need 100, 200 minutes. It's going to be about an hour or so to get all that. I should have everything else, but, you know, let's try to see at the end of the stream if we actually get our final and get to release. That would be kind of nice. Okay, so, Mercer sphere. There is a Mercer sphere not far. Oh, let's see if I can get in that stupid cave over here now. So there's a cave hiding underneath here where that Mercer, I tried to get it out earlier. Problem is that there was a boulder in front of it that would not let me through. There was something weird. It wasn't despawning, and it's all still there. Where is the cave entrance then? Aren't you back there? Can I actually, well, maybe I can get to it now and actually blow it up. Yeah, see, there you go. So I couldn't get through that before because these chunks were not despawning. They need to despawn, and they actually will have some preventative action now, but it looks like I can get through finally. Okay. Ah! That is a lot of spiders. I'm like, ooh. No, you go away. 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 Go sleep. Go sleep. Damn, what? Let me out. Oop. Oh my God. Yeah, I was never getting through that. Okay, let's,
Bringing you back isn't easy, you know?
yeah, okay, whatever. Well, this is a good opportunity to go reload. Big problem is that one of my, I'm out of the homing rifle ammo, and yeah. So I'm gonna go rearm my, yeah. I have a, thank you. How you doing? You got lots of ammo in there? No, we're down to 30, so I'm gonna grab a stack of you. And let's grab some and boom these. Gonna do something over there. Nubelixes. There's my cluster Nubelixes. How many do I have now? Let's see. There we go. Yeah, sure. Grab a few more. Okay, I don't know why I'm holding that. Let's put the one. Definitely don't want to be holding the chainsaw. I mean, if the chainsaw did something against spiders, that would be fine. But you know, I'm not being attacked by a bunch of ravaging ents, so I don't need a chainsaw. For those of you who don't aware, an ent is a fictional tree-like creature made famous from the Lord of the Rings series by J.R.R. Tolkien. Okay, moving down, and oh crap, I'm taking coffee. Well, can't hold coffee and steer at the same time. Using same hand, can only use mouth. Okay, I'm gonna get that cave. I mean, I can literally get an immersive sphere from anything along the route here, but no. This has become a matter of personal pride. I want that immersive sphere in that cave. I've been denied it now for a week, and I will not be denied any further. We'll be in limestone. Whee! But on the bright side, all of this does not hamper achieving the final goal by the end of the episode. Oh yeah, I have jetpack on. Okay, so under, and with a little bit of scooch there. There we go. And boop, it's fly. Fly me to the moon. Mars and Jupiter, please make it soon. There is life on this planet. The amount of intelligence is atrocious. Okay, down into here, let's get some weaponry ready. So I'm gonna go make sure I've actually got the right ammo. So there we go, homing ammo. Turn our flashlight on. And proceed much more cautiously. I can actually see what the hell I'm doing now. So we'll grab those. We'll grab those. Oh, let's grab those. So, I mean, I got some kills. Hello? Hello? Oop, I see movement. Let's just create a defensive line here. Ooh, I see lots of movement. No! No, 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 no. Wrong gun. No! No! Hey, where'd you come from? Where did you go, Cotton Eye Joe? No, quarters, let me go! Let me out. Nope, 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 nope. This big notes, big notes, big notes. No! No! No, 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 no. You go sleepy time now. Oh. Yeah, you guys play. Thank you. Thanks for the assist there, Mr. Hog. Oh, hi. Woo. So remember I said about the, chill game and there's no real danger? I'm going to a cave. Don't go into the caves, man. What's under that rock? Oh, hello. Yeep! Toto! Ow! I didn't Toto. Yeah, I'm not dealing with you. I don't want to play with you anymore. Okay. Frame rate, sucking. Weird jittering. Floaty spider guts. I think that was actually having an impact. Okay. How we doing in there? Okay, rifles fully loaded. Oh, this is a fully automatic weapon. I'm just holding the left mouse button. They're homing and automatic. So the gun will just rip and let it go. Just as long as you keep... So if you can kind of... Let me just find a good place to point it. There we go. You see that kind of white border? Let me get that out of there. So you see this white kind of border in there? That's your actual aim point. So if you have like regular ammo, that's where you're going to hit. As long as you've got the critter within this square here, that ammunition will automatically home in, and you just got to hold down that button and let it rip. Now, these bullets don't do as much damage, so I'm going to hold the R key down. Don't do as much damage per round as these ones, but you notice here that I just have a regular crosshair, and it's one shot, one bullet. So it's a semi-auto. If I go to the homing auto rifle, I get automatic performance with the homing functionality. Yeah, just make sure you research your sulfur line, and that'll give you into the different ammos. When we get this Mercer and get this up, we're going to run back to the base anyway. We can have a little... Actually, you know what? Here. Let's just throw a quick and special MAM down. There you go. Just a nice little quick MAM there. So if we look in our sulfur line here, that's where all your different ammunitions and stuff will come through. And then this I also think is part of the electronics line. If you want full automatic, of course, you can go to your turbo. But yeah, it was in one of these. Maybe it was Caterium that gives you the updated ammunition. But yeah, once you kind of go through enough of your sulfur that you're getting your like full black powder and stuff like that, you should be able to get to your homing ammo. I just don't remember. Yeah, nope, is that it? No, that's just to get in the rifle. Gas Noblix don't... Oh, that's the nuclear deterrent. Gonna go nuke eventually. Probably not. It's cool, but it doesn't do you any good. I haven't researched the turbo because, quite frankly, I don't care. I see no benefit with turbo. Yes, where the heck is it? Maybe it was in here? I don't even remember where it was. Just like I don't have the Explorer. Yeah, so there you go. Okay, you got the idea, so awesome. Been so long since I built the damn thing, I don't remember it was. But in the meantime, can you tell I've been putting off going back into the cave here? Of all the critters I hate, including the nuclear spitting hog, the spiders are just the creepiest little bastards. Hello. You can hear my Mercer Sphere. He's mine, I tell you, mine. Got some mushrooms. There you are. There's my prize. Come to me. You know what I haven't heard recently is Spear Lady. Or the other Ada, or whatever her name was. She's been quiet. Do I have to get into the next tier of tech? Probably. I miss her. They were fun. They're silly. And okay, got my Mercer Sphere. Put the hover pack back on. Let's go back upstairs. I know I could be taking the elevator, but well, you know, sometimes you just gotta. I feel like I need some more detailing on that section there. Ooh. I know. I'm totally squirreling away from what I was doing. The nice thing is that, yeah, putting in the dimensional depot, I'm producing the stuff. I really am just killing time right now. So that's fine, but let's do a little bit of decorative over here. So we'll go freewheeling, because I want to point at that corner there. It won't reach, but as long as you look at the destination, it should still go where you want it to. Can you snap on? Yes, thank you. Because I want to go to, I think I was looking right about there. Okay, and then we'll come down. Because X marks the spot, man. And let's just drop. There we go. And look in the corner there. And like that. Not that button. That button. And that button. Yeah, I'll do a little bit more playing with that, but something along those ideas. Okay, now we can get that dimensional depot in. Do I care about having a dimensional depot for this one? Now that I've gone through all that. Look, we've got 4! Only 96 to go! Why are you so slow, and why are you only operating at 40% capacity? Let's check our numbers, see where we went wrong. So I need 100 of these to come out for one of those. That would be 2 constructors. That's 50 per line. I don't know if that's what's going on there, so let's just drop down a floor and have a look. Yes, these things are slow enough without having to have more slow. Oh, you're not connected. That's the problem. I didn't connect them. So you know why I wasn't working? It's because I didn't connect this one. Oh, boy. Hey, look! Things will actually work now! What a concept! Let's just make that fast. There you go. Empty, my precious. Empty. 300 copper ingots for 50 powder, and then nothing else. Like, oh yeah, baby. That must have been some real good drugs when they came up with this recipe. Okay, so let's go back upstairs before I squirreled myself and distracted myself completely. By deciding, do I care about having a dimensional depot? Because right now, nothing is actually going up loaded to a dimensional depot. I will just do the rounds, grab the stuff. So I'm just going to grab a small storage container because unfortunately the machine will only hold 50. And I do not want this machine to stop. There we go. And then we'll just delete this and try that again. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the belt down first. I swapped out a door. They're right there. Then we can grab our storage container. And you're not going to line up, but at least I can figure out where you need to be there. So then you are still wrong on the belt, but you know what? Fine, just do that. Hello? Oh, I'm carrying them. There we go. 5. We have 5. We should have 10. But someone screwed up in this thing. I don't know who could have been. Could do this. I've got some extra right now. So, yes, that will give me double the amount. Problem is that I'm not doing enough of these, and I don't have enough of these. I've got enough right now for the first little bit, but yeah, it's not going to last. Because this is still building up. These guys are all balanced out. There's exactly what needs to go in is what's going in the next line of directly below. Okay. Still sounds like boss music. So I'm just waiting for these guys now. I should have everything else. So let's do that. Let's go collect up everything else so we can go down now and grab our propulsion units. So our propulsion units are hiding in here. Yep, that means I need 10 more. Really, guys? 10 more. Come on. Give me the tam. I want the tam. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I should probably put my tickets in the case. Okay, well, you know what? We'll take what we got. Everything else is at the other complex. So let's go down to our first floor. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to run back to base and load everything that can be loaded in. And see how that looks and feels. Does it feel like success? Do we feel like we've accomplished something? Or do we just feel like failures? What's this wee business, Kimosabi? I put the jetpack on. I forgot I took the hover pack off. All right. I'm so happy. Oh my goodness, look at that. Hey, that's cool. Drone falling in formation with us. Come on, quick, quick, quick. Yeah, we're never going to catch up to him. Probably the only thing faster than us right now is the drones. Look at him go. Oh, yeah, that is one of the other things that I did is I actually set up while we're over here. So I did need to bring some stuff from that building there, which is our modular engines. So I actually have set up a drone port up there. Also back at the Citadel, I now have a depot for the fuel. So like over here, one of these guys is dedicated just to bringing fuel into, and I think it's this guy here. No, it's not this guy. Why are you just sitting around? You're not doing anything. Yeah, this guy here. So this guy is moving fuel around. I have one of those over there as well. Okay, so who's doing what over here? So those are modular frames. You are... What? What are you doing? Who you got? You going into there? Oh, my frames are again taking a hit here. Can I have the hover pack back, please? Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna say I've got these things covered. Weirdly enough, I don't have enough room to carry them. Okay, well, you know what? Let's go take a run back to base. See if our frame rate clears up between now and then. It's getting some real nasty jitters here. What have I got that's got my frame rate showing? I thought I had something open. I don't know where it went. Where did you go? Where'd you go from Cotton Eye Joe? Where you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go, my Cotton Eye Joe? Don't know where it went. Don't know where it went. Don't know where it went. Don't. What am I looking for? I've got so much stuff. Opening, open. Except the things I wanna be. I don't know where. Be all the stuff. That's all the stuff. Yeah. Wow, this frame rate really is getting shitty, man. I don't... Okay. You know what? Let's just do what we came here to do. I moved the space elevator. I moved the space elevator. I was closer to it just a few seconds ago. No, I totally meant to come here so I could do this. Yeah, that's it. That is exactly what I meant to do. Nothing else except clean up my inventory. Hey, pets. There we go. Okay, what else am I carrying way too much of? Radio control units. Let's go sync some radio control units. That would be... I'm gonna throw them in here and just see what happens. If they get stuck somewhere, they get stuck somewhere. Pretty sure I have a filter that'll throw whatever I don't need away, but... Okay, don't need that. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's go back to where our space elevator is. And in we go. And okay, now you're starting to feel like you're clearing up a little bit. And make sure we hit E to change direction, and off we go. And that's the train. Sometimes I do a train just so I have a train running along. I don't really expect it to be efficient or anything. I just want to have a train. Hey, look! There's where my space elevator is now. It's almost like I put it in a convenient location. What a silly thing for me to do. Okay, Assembly Director Systems. You were over here. I think this was yours. Yes, you were. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that should be the sufficient stacks for them. Okay, let's go put these in. And boop. Boop. Need one more stack. I may have counted to 10, but I did in fact not achieve 10. I had the goal of 10, did not realize my goal. All right. One more stack of these. There we go. Modular engines. Where would you be if you were a whatever the hell that is? Not a modular engine. It's something else. Over here. Were you over here? No, you are doing control rods. We're going to see much more of you guys once we get nuclear. One of these buildings. I really should put signs on these things, shouldn't I? One of these things is not like the other. One of these things isn't quite the same. Because one of these things is not like the other. There you are. Are you what I'm looking for? Are you the one? Are you the... No. You're not the one. What the hell are you anyway? What on earth are you? Supposed to be... I don't remember what you are and what goes into you. I need to see what the recipes is. So I can figure out where the hell I put you. Oh, magnetic field generator. Hey, well, I'm here. Here. You were looking for those. Magnetic field generator. Magnetic field generator. What did I use? So, oh, okay. Well, the electronic control rods. Follow those. Follow the clues. No, not that factory. Are you it? Are you my mommy? You're making my control rods? Yes, you are. Where are you sending said control rods? Let us go through the floor. Whee! And into there. And do 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 do. Oh, I got stuck. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do. Doop de doop. Dooply dooply. Doop doop. What are you doing? Are you making me magnetic field generators? I found them. No idea where I am in my factory, but I found them. Hey, look, there you guys are. All right, so I need 10 stacks of these. So 1, oh. Let's put those back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. Where the hell am I? Oh, literally right beside. Okay. Thank you for calling. Yeah. Are you in the same factory? Oh my god, you are in the same building. There's that one, and then there's that one. It was the same damn building the whole time. Oh. Okay, so we can throw those in there now. So now I'm just waiting for the 10 more of my thermal propulsion units, which should be waiting back in the factory, and my nuclear pasta. Let's go see how we're doing. I really would like to be able to pull that switch today. If it's not ready, I suppose we could start looking at where we're going to put our nuclear, because that is going to require thought. Like, namely, where we're going to get our uranium. How do we want to run our lines? Where are we going to water supply? Where do we want to do it? Where we haven't been yet? You know, what do we want for terrain? All that fun stuff. And I'm basically looking at 2 areas that I want to do, either thinking of or putting into consideration. Let's lose the hide the resources. Either in the desert or the swamp here. Now, the advantage with the swamp is there is a node There is uranium kind of underneath the waterfall right in here, so easy to transport. You want to consider your transportation of uranium, mostly because as the train dries, it is a ball of radioactive out. So, do you want to be dragging radiation across your map if you're going somewhere else? I could put it in the grasslands. Disadvantage with the grasslands is that the water holes aren't great and you do need a lot of water. Here we have an entire ocean off the coast. I do need another radar tower. So there's lots of water over here. However, there's lots of water right here as well. The grasslands, the nearest uranium is, I think... Can I see uranium? Yeah, so uranium is not super far at all. So you can see the one by the swamp. I got two actually pretty close to the grasslands. They're all kind of elevated. Well, now that I'm here, let's, where am I? Am I actually at the city? Yeah, I'm at the Citadel. I'm going to run to the back. I should probably put a hypertube that takes me to the back 40 here. Ooh, this might be a good place to get factory carts. Factory cart yet. I haven't had one factory cart. I should make myself a factory cart just for getting around this place. Oh, anyway. Let's go upstairs. Let's go get the rest of our stuff on the propulsion units and see how we're doing on the pasta. And when you're looking at yellow, that's because the machines are full, because I always build slightly above capacity. Like you look here, motors are full. That's why everything is gone yellow, not because they're starving. All right, there's the last of our thermal propulsion units. So everything after that is either going to be used in the next tiers. My God, the frame rate is killing me here. And how are we doing over here? Oh, whopping 11. How is the machine doing? Machine is still struggling. Why are we struggling? Well, it's clearly because of the copper powder. Why can I not maintain my 100 per minute? What is stalled out? All right, this could be problematic. Let's go have a look. It's like I'm planning cliffhangers here. All right, what's going on with you guys? You're struggling with your ingots. Why are you struggling with your ingots? Why are you struggling with your ingots? Okay, well, let's just start following the ingots. For testing purposes, I'm going to put a counter here. These are kind of cool, actually. Yeah, so these are doing the 5 per minute, so I'm good there. What is going on over here? 270 when I should be moving 600 and 600. So that tells me somewhere in the system I've got a too slow belt. Okay, so let's walk the line. Let's lose that. Let's try to find a way that I can get through here. Yeah, I can squeeze through here. Let's grab another one of these guys. Oh, why are you saying 3 there now? Nope, everything's fine in here. Then we go up here. Probably replace that. There we go. Yep, that's still showing too slow through there. Let's get through. Not really what I thought I'd be doing. What are you? You're a Mark 5. Okay, yeah, you're all Mark 5s. There's no Mark 3 or 2 hiding somewhere in the line. I'm going to redo this belt by taking out the stand here. So Mark 3 into there. And walking, moving. Yeah, okay, so we're still going struggle through here. It is going to be something stupid. I know it. It's going to be something incredibly dumb. I'm likely the cause of the dumb thing. But I still have to find the dumb thing. Well, I'll just keep working my way along the line until I find the dumb thing. Turn my flashlight back on so I can see what the hell I'm doing. So every time I see gaps like that, I should not be seeing that many kind of gaps or that big a gap because, yes, these are more than 600, but not that much more. That is quite a bit. Missing. Okay, so now we're going this way. Still all Mark 5s. Replace that floor there. And one more time down underneath. Probably should have started back at the ingot side, but whatever. No? I'm thinking it's got to be a break somewhere in the floors coming together. It must be. Mustn't it? Drop down. Okay, so I'm going to pull that out of here. And there it is. Okay, see. Remember earlier I was telling you about watching for tiny little sections? There it is. This thing has been slowing me down. This tiny little bit of belt is left over from when I upgraded. That's what my problem is. And if you're finding yourself with an unexplained, it's gonna be somewhere along there that is causing you your grief. All right, so I'm gonna have to check the rest of them, but in the meantime, let's continue. Let's get that moving. So look at that. We can start seeing those. So I'm just going to use the kind of express route here because I want to clear all of it because I'm going to have a little tiny section right hiding in there as well that you can't really get to because, again, this is supposed to be at least 480 moving through here. And look at how much backlog there was. So that was a big problem. I don't need to go, I don't think, any further because, yeah. Okay, so. Copper powder. Pain in the ass. No two ways about it. And apparently really easy to screw up. Okay, yeah, you see how that's moving? That's the way we should see it moving. That's much better. Problem alleviated. So now I should have had enough time so that if I head over this way now. I'm really liking how this city's coming together. The other one, you know, it seems like I'm doing it twice. Yes, of course, yes, valid criticism. But that is much, that one over there is much more, I think, prefab. Like if we look here, you can see that there's a building there, there's a building there. Those two are the exact same structure. So I did this more prefab-y. Yeah, which wasn't giving me a lot of, woo feelings. I'm also was kind of starting to run out of space here, and that height is really, unsupported factories and stuff like that. This one's going to be a lot easier to do, but the thing I'm liking here is that each building is, I'm getting to be able to do unique character, I'm falling, for each of these structures. Which is really kind of giving me a much more urban downtown vibe, which is kind of what I was looking for. So yeah, that's kind of making me happy. I don't know about this sticking out the way it is, but sure. Let's leave it for now. Okay, let's head inside and see. So you've now managed to, oops, I'm still in photo mode. You've managed to now probably equivalent, yeah, so you were definitely struggling there for a bit, but now you're filling up. So we just kind of caught up with the ingots, so you guys are filling up, you are filling up, excellent. If we look at the ingots or the powder, we're seeing much more powder flowing. Let's head up to the upper floor. Yeah, you can hear the particle accelerator has kicked it, cycled up immediately afterward. That is a good sign. That means that it should be trying to get to 100%. So we are... Yeah, so this number is going to very slowly start cranking itself up. I've got 11 nuclear pasta on me. How many are in here? So that's 13... Yeah, I'm just going to toss all my nuclear pasta back into here. And let's go for a quick walkabout. Or actually, you know what? No. We're going to call it right here. I was hoping we could push the button. I'll save it for next week, the button pushing, so we can see together what that new tier is going to be. I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know what's coming. I know some nasty, scary shit is coming up. But our next major operation is going to get the nuclear power going. So between now, I think, and next week, what I'll do is I'll make a decision on where I'm going to set up my power, the nuclear power plant. Because there's no end if or buts, we're going to need nuclear going. We are holding our power now, but there's no real expansion. I've got maybe 1,000 megawatts overhead at this point, and that's getting to be a pretty big. And I got lots of oil, so I mean it's not a super huge deal. But I want to get my nuclear power up and running. We have the full sinking and stuff like that. So what I'll do is I'll pick a location. I'll start getting some basic infrastructure into place. But the main thing is to let this machine run, so that next week we can push the button and see what we're facing. So going for the rest of the week here, so what's on the schedule for the week is, once again, hey, don't forget, Wednesdays, Left 4 Dead. We're not seeing the kind of viewership, if any kind of real good viewership on it, so I don't know if you guys aren't seeing it or anything like that, but check out Wednesdays where I'm doing Left 4 Dead. We're going to let that series run for a little bit longer, but if you guys just aren't showing me the interest in it, of course I will move on. Working on new space engineer scenarios. So hopefully we can get something up on that for the membership. So we're thinking like a video on demand membership that will then give you the episode maybe even a week earlier than the regular channel. But yeah, look for announcements, or I'll talk about it in the next couple of weeks when I get it working up. In the meantime, of course, I will be working towards getting that solidified. But that is going to be it for today. I think, I'm feeling like we have a sense of accomplishment. Really didn't get a lot in the numbers done, but we got something important crossed. We got an important milestone crossed, is that all I'm doing now is waiting for the next hour for my nuclear pasta, so that's ready to go. Our propulsion units are done. Our whatevers are done. Everything else is ready to go in there, so that we can get Tier 5 and see what all the new goodies are. But that's going to be something for next week. For now, everyone, thank you once again for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Awesome. Bottom Shot, thank you for hanging out with me this morning. I appreciate it as always. It's nice to know that I'm actually talking to someone and not just the ether, empty space out there. So I really appreciate you hanging out with me on the Saturday morning or afternoon, depending on where you are located. Again, I am on the Pacific coast of North America, so I am on PST. Just to give you an idea that it is just about noon. Time to go eat lunch. Thank you very much, man. You're very welcome. But hey, everyone, thank you again for joining me. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed and you watch the video, not the live one, but on the video on demand, maybe think about hitting that old subscribe button. Heck, you sat through 3 hours of me rambling and singing badly. You might as well subscribe, and that way you get your notifications for when new content comes up. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit the old like button. Be like Bottom Shot, and leave a comment if you have something that you agree with, you have something you like, you have a question. Feel free to leave a comment. But until next week, everyone, I want you to make sure that you stay safe out there, that you be good, and that you have a great day. Until next week, thanks for joining.